Go, 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 go. Come on, come on. Let's push. Final push. Big push.
Well, I mean, they just fucked up pretty hard.
That was a pretty big fuck up, guy. We'll give you that. Oh,
oh no.
boy. Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh, what the fuck? That's a Rhythm Shady. Go.
All right, go, go, go. This is working, boys.
1 second.
Come on, keep pushing, keep pushing. All in, boys, all in.
The strat worked. Just hit this. Just hit it.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Just keep hitting it.
Oh shit. Damn it to hell, Jim. You had one job. One job. God damn it.
Sneaky, don't leave. We can still finish this.
No, no, I won't leave. We're just gonna broadcast this live now.
Good. Okay, let's go hop over to streaming so that Max can join.
Hold on, let me throw up this.
Or Arn's over there. Perfect.
All right, let's do this. Come on. I got a podcast to start. There, the hell.
Too deep.
There it is.
Got a podcast
in,
to start.
boys.
Come on, boys.
Oh, yes.
Big
This is
dicks,
my
guys.
favorite
Time
Fanfiction.
for big
Man,
dicks.
No, this should be working.
Big dicks.
My. Oh. I think we died.
No, that's
I think we
definitely a
lost.
loss. That's a loss.
I think
Oh, that's a loss.
we lost.
Oh, actually, no. Maybe.
There's
If-
no creeps.
Maybe if.
Oh.
Oh. I think if the two of us respawn, because we're about to respawn at the same time, if we respawn, we can probably kill them.
Actually, I think the queen should just do it herself.
Oh, or the queen. Or the queen. The queen.
Oh, the queen could just kill them all for us.
Go, Club, go. Yes. Oh no, the ding, ding, ding.
They have
Go
no
for
buybacks,
the
dude.
end.
Just
Finish
go.
it.
No buybacks.
Finish it.
I'm going. I'm going.
Oh my god, my queen's gonna die.
Bringing the pain.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Go, go, go.
Yes.
It's our time to shine, boys.
Quiet as cat's feet.
Come on,
Why
you
is
got a
this working?
podcast. Just don't bother. Just keep going.
No, we
No,
do
you guys
need
need
the
to.
creeps.
You
Sneaky.
need to kill the creeps, dude.
Careful, Sneaky. Careful. Underlord's alive.
Are you fuck still in the same Dota 2 game? I saw you jump in earlier.
Yes.
Why has it been going for so long?
Wait, because we don't lose, and then they lost, and we didn't lose, and with this really weird shit, man.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, good job.
Oh no.
Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
This
no.
might be. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I am a genius! Oh no!
I'm a genius. Oh
Single greatest thing Frequent Geese ever gave us.
no. Hello, internet. This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9003. I'm your host, Sneaky Devil, and holy shit, this is a Dota game.
We kind of start. So some context
Wait,
for everyone
look, we
who's actually
started this
watching.
game, like,
Wait, this is
an
not
hour
This
ago?
is Dota 2.
So
yeah,
yeah,
we
some
started this game nearly an hour ago at this point, and I'm just sitting here like, we got
We're
plenty
we
of
have
time.
for one game.
I am so glad I signed us up for unranked, because if this was ranked, it would have taken even longer. Oh shit.
Probably.
Just let it go. Don't die. Wait, my buyback's up in minute. They're gonna fucking.
No,
they're just gonna-
they definitely won this. This is the victory push on their end. Queen, I do not think Queen is going to be able to pull another victory out of her ass like she did previously.
I will just run
Possibly
in.
because
I will
she's
fight
dead?
to my last.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Why
what
would
I
you
said.
not wait 20 seconds for me to be
why would you-
alive?
Why would you do this?
My centaur went in. I also had to go in because he was going to die.
No, why would you? Oh, it's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Why did we let the Jew be the conductor?
Alright, you can go, Nose. Go eat
Yeah.
your filthy dinner. Your dinner of shame.
Alright, let's go.
Dota is such a chaotic game in
Oh,
motion.
God. At 1 second you're winning and you're about to win, and then you go, oh no. And then you lose.
1 second you're about to win, the next second the gyrocopter has 3 rapiers.
Yeah, and then it turns out you were playing slacks the whole time.
That's the secret. I'm always retarded.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah,
Alright, so tonight is going to be a very fun night. We're going to start off with Contempt Collection and My Hero Academia.
I
Then
know
suddenly
nothing
everything is
about
possible.
Contempt.
Huh?
Right, fucking no. Just gun me down, please.
Wait, what was that, Ed?
I said I know nothing about Contact Collection, and then
Oh,
Arn
okay,
said
so
something.
Contact Collection is really easy. So, ship girls.
The progenitor of ship girls.
That's
I
it.
see.
There is
Essentially.
literally no lore besides ship girls and like octopus ship
Demon
girls.
ship girls.
And,
Yeah,
I mean,
I see.
there are hints that the abyssals are supposed to be something interesting, but fuck if I know, because I'm not.
They're just they're just alternative skin edgy ship girls. Okay, there's literally
Yeah.
nothing else to it. It's ship girls and alternative skin edgy ship girls.
Gotcha. Nothing of value.
Yeah, so pretty much, ship girls, My Hero Academia. What could go wrong, right?
Everything.
Look, if the quirk is summoning ship girls, I'm in, right? Like, can you imagine that? Wait, what's his quirk? I summon ship girls.
You excuse what?
Just summon a battleship. Can you imagine that? Alright, you need to begin by destroying robots. Summons Batgirl with battleship cannons.
Yes.
Yes.
That's illegal.
No, wait, that's illegal.
Just try and stop me.
Anyway, so this is creatively called Blue Steel. Which
Don't we? Isn't that? No, that's
Yes.
that's the one ship girl thing I've actually watched. Arpeggio
Yes.
of Blue Steel,
Yeah.
which was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, hey guys, this is my what's a good one? What's a good one? Oh right, this is my Harry Dresden Twilight crossover. It's called Harry Potter and the Sparkly Vampires. It's like, wait, what?
Hold on a minute.
Hold up. Some stupid idiot thought. Wait. Oh my.
Oh, it's
oh
a
my
self-insert.
So a
No.
ship girl is just a
No.
teenage girl with ship guns strapped to her, more or less. Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone's an anime logic though, so they're a
you
bit
can
more
own them
than
like
just a teenage
property.
girl. Yes, exactly. Just like real women.
Don't forget, they also ignore the laws of physics, except when it's comedically convenient.
Exactly.
Yep.
Also, you can fly on your own planes, and no one's ever tried that before.
It just works.
Thank you, Azur Lane.
It just works.
Wait, you're technically lifting yourself.
Yes.
I would say, don't forget, you can also do such wonderful things as somehow weighing more than the amount of space you're taking up, weighing
Yeah.
less than the amount of space you're taking up,
Uh-huh.
and somehow magically having guns.
Yes.
Yes. Also, just fuck the concentration of mass in general.
Yeah, just in general.
Don't need that.
It's a suggestion, you know.
Because
It's
even
really,
though
it's really just holding us back. Let's be honest.
Even though the gun on her back it looks pretty big and it looks like a 50 caliber barrel, it actually still is an 18-inch gun. It's just, smaller.
But they're still the same.
Hello, Schnaden.
And if look,
Welcome.
the torpedoes, look, those just come out of the ether. They definitely don't come out of compromising areas.
Yeah. Where do you
Yes.
think the torpedo bay is located?
Somewhere.
Somewhere right around the belly button, I think.
Insert Thanos
That seems like
clip.
this.
Indeed.
That seems like the location least likely to get us into trouble with the network sensors.
Exactly.
Depends.
So, this author is already off to a great start in terms of their title because they're already ripping off another Ship Girl title from a completely different series. But their summary isn't even a summary, it's literally the start of their story. That is how they start their story. That is the first paragraph of their story they've put in the summary.
Oh boy.
And then, if this wasn't stupid enough to start with, hurt comfort.
Yay.
Third comfort dimension. Oh god.
I don't even know what this spam is.
This is not a democracy.
Is this democracy vote for I
What's going on?
Retards in chat.
I don't even know what's happening anymore. I'm just going to ignore it and keep going. I'm just gonna thank them for padding my viewer count and just move on. Now, shockingly to everyone, I'm sure, this only has one chapter. I'm sure everyone is absolutely stunned by that. So anyway, let's get started. Some stupid idiot thought it would be a great idea to send me to be reborn in My Hero Academia anime while giving me the quirk to become a humanized version of the Yamato class super battleship.
That sounds like an amazing quirk. Sounds like you've got all your problems solved, really.
How the hell can I possibly be a hero when you have 18-inch barrels of pure hell? Well,
Okay,
you are
so-
also a battleship, which means you can probably punch pretty hard.
Well, I just want to point out there's a hero with a literal gun for a head, and there's also a hero who shoots bullets from his fingers.
Yes!
They
Yes,
found
there
a
is!
way. You
Gunhead,
can too.
I am so happy that's a hero, by the way, I just want to say.
Well, yeah, and he also has a very successful company, so good on him.
Being a battleship and not killing anyone sounds difficult. Yes. Yes, it does. You know what else is difficult? Capitalization and periods is apparently difficult. Because there are none. So I was heading back to my apartment after work in a restaurant at 10 p.m. at night minding. 10 p.m. at night. Oh, I'm so glad he said 10 p.m. at night. And
As
not
opposed
10...
to 10 p.m. after third breakfast
Yes.
on the 34th Tuesday of the year.
Grammars is hard. Oh, are they not bots? Are these people not bots and they're just really shitty shit posters?
I think
Yeah.
maybe.
It is kind of retarded.
Oh,
Well,
I see.
you're welcome to shitpost
Oh,
here.
you know what?
Unless it's a low quality shitpost.
We should
Then you're banned.
someone get the Indian in here. He can speak their language.
Are we
I'm
sure
not
he's
touching
not?
that one.
Are we sure he's not rating in 14 right now?
He might be.
Isn't he always?
Yeah.
Only half the time.
My own
No, I was gonna say-
business. Wait, until a person came up to me with flyer saying some really powerful person wanted me have it was notice award.
That's not English. That is someone's assault on the English language.
Yes. This is fucking war.
Yeah, they're a bunch of shit posters.
Well, welcome to the party. You will probably leave very soon.
There, I've contributed.
I like that you still managed to misspell Canada.
Wait, did I really?
Yes, you
But
put
I-
it in.
Wait, did I manage
Commander.
macadamia nut correctly though?
Yeah, you spelled macadamia
Yes!
correctly, but you can't spell Canada.
I
Welcome
am
to
the best!
Canada.
Yes, Wakanda too. Kananda.
Don't you guys know about the country Canada?
Stuck in the middle of Canada, up in the frost tundra where no one can live.
Exactly. They were gonna
No,
call
see,
it.
that's just what the liberal media wants you to think.
No,
Max.
see, they were gonna call it Canada, but they thought that putting an apostrophe inside the name of a country would be too complex.
What would the map makers do? I mean, really?
Probably cry.
Proud Canadian. Canadians rise up.
No, not Canadian. Canadian.
Canadians. Oh, good.
Because he
Even
missed
better.
the I.
I
Proud Canadians rise up.
I despise you people.
Don't we all?
Okay, when I get around to doing a long form rewrite of Ruby, that's gonna be one of the secret kingdoms.
Oh, it's gonna be one of the hidden kingdoms.
One of the Hinden kingdoms. Oh
One of
boy.
the Hindu kingdoms.
No, I was thinking more of a Hindenburg, but
Are they gonna be a hidden village, Max? The
no.
hidden village
Max.
of Canandia?
Oh no! Better.
They're gonna be a hidden village on the other side of the island that is Menagerie, and everyone's gonna be like, how long have you been here?
How long have you
We've
been?
we've explored this island for the last 20 years. How did we miss you?
No,
Ninja moves!
Sneaky. It'll be like an Eldar craft world, just with blimps.
No, there we go. We don't even need to make it a hidden village. It's the hidden village in the sky. They are the sky people.
Sure, why not?
Sounds good.
Yeah, it'll be hidden along with Japan and the rest of Earth. That way they can find it when they take a left at Australia.
Australia has secretly been the portal guarding Earth from all other worlds for years. That's why it's so messed up down there, y'all.
Is that, I was about to say, is that the life forms that do get through? Is that what's infesting Australia?
That's also why Australia is a hellish island to keep
Indeed.
them from leaving.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Anyway, it immediately went into the nearest trash can I could find, as it all sounded like a scam, and I don't like scams.
Are you kidding me? Now look, let's be serious. for a minute.
I
Scams are some of the most fun you can have. Like, especially the ones who are like, we are the IRS and you owe us $2,000 in back taxes. Really? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I paid my taxes yesterday.
Who exactly likes scams?
yeah, I'd like the author to introduce these people to me.
Yeah.
The creatures in Australia are just lesser grim. It all makes sense now. Yes,
It also explains why you can never find any trace of them after you kill them.
exactly. That's when reality became funky. Oh, we're gonna funk it up? Time
Gonna clap our
stopped.
hands.
Did you know that when time stops, people stop moving?
Really?
Yeah, that's what
Wow.
the author said. The time stopped, and the people stopped, and the cars stopped, and the flying birds stopped, but the stationary birds didn't stop.
Well, actually, no. Hang on a second. That means that all the other animals are still fine. So
Yes.
cats, dogs,
Only the
reptiles.
cars, people, flying birds, and time.
Yo,
Any
this is the
bird that was
this is
in
the
motion
best time.
halted. Any bird that wasn't moving, you know, they slipped through.
Like
They're good.
I see that would be like a periodic, periodic shit post. Like you could have that sort of scene, and like the flying bird is stopped, but then you hear a tweet, and you turn around, and there's a bunch of birds on like a wire tweeting, and they're fine, not stopped. But then one goes to take off, and it freezes.
Yeah, and you realize this is if you,
No, better
this
yet,
is the
do it with
best
a bunch
time.
of do it with a bunch of ravens or crows or something, so that they figure it out.
Oh no! Oh,
Wait.
that- hmm.
If the flying birds stop moving, wouldn't that mean they're stationary?
Exactly. They're in a state of
They
perpetual
should be
torment.
moving.
They should be. Oh yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
If
they're-
their
So
if their momentum
technically-
continues,
Cats
They
are
will.
immune to time.
It'll
Well,
just
I
look
mean-
like someone having a really, really bad network connection.
they'll
yeah,
Yeah.
just ping, high ping.
The bird's lagging.
what?
It keeps going forward and glitching out.
The bird's fucking rubber banding.
You know what? That would actually be like. That's actually kind of a fun little idea. It's like, oh yeah, my time power selective. What if like there's anything not moving, it's completely fine. So what do you do with that? Oh, I go watch movies for free. I just
Oh.
pick an empty theater and start the reel.
Oh, I call it Simon Says. There we go. There's the stand. Simon Says.
Red light, green light.
Fuck that level, by the way. Absolutely fuck that level. Donkey Kong Kingdom, or whatever it was, Donkey
Oh,
Kong
Lord.
64.
That was terrible.
Fuck that level. The entire level can eat ass.
Sure.
Only 90s kids understand.
I mean that game is genuinely
Yeah,
older
Donkey
than
Kong
me.
Country 2, there we go. Yeah.
Yep, it's older than me, so I never played it.
I didn't have a Nintendo system, so
The one with the plus and minus barrels? Yeah. Oh,
the only
man.
time I ever got to play Donkey Kong Country was at the hotels.
Yes, that was where I first got to play Rogue Squadron.
Really?
Yes,
Hmm.
because I didn't have an N64. The first gaming system I ever had was a Game Boy SP.
Wow.
Really? Huh. Like, because
Wow.
I actually got to have a Game Boy Color, and my aunt sent me Pokemon, and my super conservative Christian dad was really upset. Because he was one of the people that bought into the whole, like, Pokemon teaches your children witchcraft. And my mom's like,
yes.
I'm pretty sure. if
All
we-
that
Remember what
witchcraft that I
and
learned from
life
Pokemon.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
Well, and don't
people-
forget, Pokemon was actually based off demons.
Yes, of
Of
course.
course.
And every time you
Demon
play the
Pikachu.
game, you're giving power to the demons.
Obviously, yes.
I just, honestly, like, super old school, hard conservative Christians, it's amazing what they can do. Like, they can twist Looney Tunes into the devil's worship somehow. There's a book about that written by an old Christian pastor back in the 90s.
I'm sure there is, Max. I'm sure there
You
is.
people need to leave the
No,
wonderful voice acting of.
Sneaky, you don't understand. It was on my dad's bookshelf as a novelty. He didn't believe it for an instant, but he owned it
Oh.
because he thought it was interesting.
See.
I
Now,
hope that book. I hope that book got lost in the movie. It
I
was so
heard
fucking
an
stupid.
interesting tidbit, and I wanted to ask the two of you.
Oh boy.
Oh lord.
So,
Oh god.
what I heard is that Methodists can't find their Bibles within 10 minutes inside their own home.
Okay, look, I am not a Methodist. So
I'm
I
not
don't
either. Why
know.
would we?
Sorry, sir, I don't do
Where-
math.
Where is this going?
It's going nowhere. It's just a comment I heard, and I didn't know if that was like a common clap against Methodists or not. And I thought you guys would know better.
No,
The-
believe it or not, we generally don't
I
engage
have
in, like.
no idea. Like I went to a Methodist church for a short time. Very nice people.
Yes.
Also very old school. They always
Yes.
sing from the hymn book. That there
Yeah.
are jokes about how if you're lucky you'll get to read from page 10 today.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I go to a Methodist church when I visit my grandmother. 'Cause she's Methodist.
Those who don't
Yeah,
know.
they're pretty nice, chill people usually.
Yeah, it's the same hymns. I can confirm, it is
Yeah,
the
it's the
same
same.
hymns
It's
every time.
every time.
Doesn't matter the holiday. It doesn't matter if there is a holiday. It's the same fucking hymns
Yeah.
every time.
Sometimes they'll read a new one. Sometimes they'll read a different one.
Yeah, I
But
got
that's
so fucking bored one time
rare.
because when I used to be a kid, they used to take us up a lot, and she goes to church every day. 10 o'clock
Every
every day.
day.
Yes, every day, 10 o'clock.
Every day.
Yep.
Not. Are you sure you don't mean every week?
Like every day, 10 o'clock. It's either she's volunteering at the church to do something, or she's going to mass. But it's always at 10 o'clock every day.
Oh, okay. So she was super involved then. All right.
Yeah, and
dedication.
so I got taken along a lot when we were up there, and I remember just getting so bored sometimes. I would just be like, I'm just gonna read the Bible, and I'd be like, wow, there's a lot they don't cover during mass on this thing. This is like the worst fucking book reading I've ever heard of.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't get looked at, and there, especially in the Old Testament, because the Old Testament is scary.
Oh, there's a lot of fucking fun shit in the Bible.
Old
The,
Testament is
the
metal
Old
as
Testament
fuck.
has some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you guys want some examples?
Stop
Honestly, out of
throwing rocks at
curiosity-
me, kids, or I'll send bears to eat you all.
Yeah, that one's my favorite, honestly. There's also the one about someone had a bunch of lovers who had horse penises.
Yes, that was also.
Hmm,
I
interesting.
guess that's the ancient times version of white girls fuck dogs.
Yeah. Something like that.
Anyway, so he sees darkness, pitch black darkness, and he couldn't feel a thing. I felt nothing.
Welcome
Wait,
to
if you-
I
darkness.
smelt nothing.
If he
And I
sees darkness,
tasted
that means
nothing.
he's looking at
He
it from
tried to
Shuba.
taste the darkness, and apparently he can't. I heard
I'm sorry.
nothing.
Now all I can imagine is sort of like grabbing a chunk of darkness off the wall and being like, "Oh, tastes like chocolate cake, actually."
Delicious.
Heartless pops up, licks it. Heartless is super affected.
Okay, I mean, look, there is a Heartless that is in fact like a souffle.
Oh God, there is, isn't there?
Yes.
That's right. They started going the Pokemon route later
There's
on.
also a
God.
Heartless that's a gumball machine with actual gumballs in it.
Interesting.
This is why I don't like Kingdom Hearts.
Really, that's why you don't like Kingdom Hearts. Not the incoherent plot line, the garbage writing in the third game, or the trite plot line.
Yes, it's because of the gumball machine. I was just there somewhere in the darkness, helpless, trapped in a void with nothing. I had no clue how this happened, nor thought of why. I don't remember doing anything evil to anyone, nor causing harm. Well, see, now there's something that I've always pondered about. Do people really not consider, like, maybe you helped the wrong person?
Oh god. They helped Hitler. Now, there's 6 million Jews down. Fuck.
What? Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess I set myself up for that one, but come on.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Exactly. And you know, it's my job to come with all the Nazi jokes.
Of course. I'm just gonna blame it on the fact that you're Norwegian and don't understand
He is actually
American cultural
contractually obligated
standards.
to make them.
There is no contract, and if you signed a contract, I'm sorry, but that comes directly out of Atin's paycheck.
Oh, sounds good.
No, it was Max who signed it.
I didn't sign shit. I don't appreciate you forging my signature again.
Look, it's only like the 5th time. Calm down.
I'm sending you
You know,
a
that's
avalanche now.
I actually to distract from this absolute
Why?
garbage story.
Why?
I
What
actually
have I
have a
done
funny
to deserve
story.
this punishment?
Funny story about that. So, you guys remember high school?
Forging signatures or Gundam Avalanche? There's two very different things there, sir.
Forging signatures.
Of course,
Also,
the Jersey Kid has a story about forging signatures.
Back in New Jersey high school, there was this time I forged some signatures. In the meantime.
Just the one time, you know. It happens.
And no one was surprised.
What's that Gundam show you guys like?
Which one?
The toy one?
Build Divers?
Right now it's Build Divers Re-Res, but yeah. What,
At the
what
time,
about?
it was Build Fighters.
I was just really interested to see if
Gavin, are you
anyone
fucking with me?
had
Come on.
gone and done the ultimate cursed sin of Gungan Build Divers.
I
Jeez.
feel like I've seen a custom Gungan model kit. Hang on, give me a second.
I want you to gun yourself down.
This would have been a while.
Wait,
Why
what?
is this a channel? No, wait, what?
What?
There's a YouTube channel called
There's a
Gungan
badass
Gundam.
weasel in the next Gundam build. It's a cat girl. What?
Oh yeah, no, there was a weasel.
I
There
like
was
that.
a weasel.
There was a weasel,
Sneaky.
and
They're
yeah.
playing an MMO. Literally, they're playing an MMO. That's why there's a weasel and a cat girl.
Yeah, people were like, "This is some isekai bullshit," and it's like, no, it's just an MMO. That is completely normal in today's MMOs.
For crying out
Japanese
loud,
MMOs, maybe.
there are MMOs where you can make your race lolly.
I
Ah, yes.
I
My
am...
favorite race. Small child. Delicious.
And clip it.
Oh,
Jesus fucking Christ. Two idiots and Southerners do not approve nor endorse anything said by Arn.
Ever.
Too bad.
Ever.
But yeah. Anyway, I heard Gundam today, and my brain was immediately like, "But what if Gungan?"
sure.
But yeah, so
someone
back
has
to
done
the
stuff.
forging of the signatures story. So
Oh no!
Oh come on, Max. Give it
I
to
found
us.
I found a bad Photoshop.
excellent. So there was a
I'll just
permission
make
sheet
this in memes and
for a
shit
field
posts.
trip, I think it was this time around, and I forgot to get it. Of course, as always, I put it in my backpack and just completely forgot I was supposed to get it signed by my father for 2 weeks straight.
I mean, to be fair, there are many
That's-
children that do that.
Yeah.
And then my homeroom teacher was like, "All right, everyone, turn in your sheets." And I walk up and I'm like, "Ah, shit, I forgot my father's signature." 1 second, and I just lean down, perfectly forge his signature, take out a sheet of paper with his signature on it, go, "Yep, that's good enough," and hand it to my teacher. And she's just like, "Fucking seriously?" Because she can't prove anything.
Didn't she see you do it?
Yeah? She can't prove shit, though. It looks exactly like his signature. There's no cameras in my school. What are you, fucking high?
I forgot. Your school was too poor to afford textbooks.
They were. No, gee, I wonder when this history book is from. Oh, 1987! Oh, I'm sure no big history moments have happened since then.
Nah.
Probably fine.
It's okay, the American school system only teaches the Civil War 12 times.
Wish we were kidding about that. Wish we were kidding about that.
Just our Civil War too. Not anyone else's
That-
Civil Wars. Only our Civil War.
Yeah. You know, it's
the one that exists,
amazing.
right?
It still amazes me that within the exact same school system, they'll teach you certain things in elementary school. Then you get to high school, and it's just like, oh no, they lied to you about that all your lives. This is what really went down. It's
Yeah.
like, why would you do that? Why, if you don't want to teach the kids this, just don't put it in the curriculum at that age.
Yeah.
Or alternatively,
but
teach it to them so they can start maturing earlier than they do
Max-
now. Because,
But
ugh.
Max, the standards. No child can be left behind.
You shut the fuck up about that.
To be fair, Sneaky, they were already not teaching us important stuff before that happened.
I know. I actually have another funny story about that. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm a little bit off.
You're also drunk.
Wow.
No,
Really? Never
I
thought.
only have
Well,
like
here you
3
sound.
shots. Fuck off.
That's less than me, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah. And so
You gotta get good.
I was doing the state testing one year. I think it was 7th grade, and I just fucking finished it within like 20 minutes. When it's like a 2-hour period, we're supposed to do the testing, and for the next hour and about 30 minutes, I just sat in my chair, which they made a massive mistake, and they gave us all swivel chairs. So for the
What?
next hour and 40 minutes, because we had to take the tests on computers. And because my school was poor, we had to convert the library into a computer lab with temporary
Oh.
computers and chairs.
Yeah.
I mean, my school only has swivel chairs. Which is kind of impressive.
So they're really comfortable swivel chairs. They like
Oil
they're
money.
just, like teacher chair replacements or some shit or whatever. So for like the next hour and a half, I just spent just spinning in the swivel chair, and the teachers were fucking infuriated with me because they're like, his test says it's done, and they're like, oh well, he clearly just cheated on it. I had like a 98%. And they're like, oh, clearly you cheated, and they couldn't prove I cheated, and they had me retake it, and I got like a 97, and they're like, the fuck is
He
wrong with
cheated
this kid?
again.
Yeah, me and the school system did not get along. Did not get along.
You don't say.
I mean, just with your, I can't imagine that. It's not like you have massive authority problems or attention issues or anything like that.
I
Nah,
definitely,
That's sneaky.
that's not the sticky.
I
I know.
definitely did not take out sandwiches in the middle of my earth science class and just start eating them. Specifically
course
because
not.
my teacher had a rule against no eating. Definitely didn't do that.
Truly,
Never
the
happened.
soul of virtue.
It's the soul of something.
Sneaky is the embodiment of purity.
Indeed,
Sneaky
I'm
is the
paragon
soul
of
Satan's
purity.
Not racial purity though, just
No,
purity.
not racial purity. No.
Sadly.
But however, you know what this guy is? He's the paragon of fucking nothing apparently, because he's in a void, and he's just in this void. He can't do anything because he's in a void, and everything else is a void, including him. He's a void too.
Well, he should quit
Straight
being
on
in the
happens.
void, then. If it's such a problem, just leave.
And then darkness happening,
Yeah, just leave the void. Who cares?
and then he started
Listen,
feeling
Jack
something.
Racket, look, Jack Racken managed it.
Jack
all right?
Racken,
If he can
man.
do it, you can do it.
Yeah,
Anyone can do it.
that's a bar you want to compare yourself to.
I mean, listen, if you can at least get yourself like a quarter of the way up that bar, it's a good bar.
Yeah.
A quarter way up that bar, and I'm pretty sure most governments would label you as a
Like,
tentative
no, it's
threat.
just an MMO. That is completely.
Domestic terrorist? Nah. Who cares?
Like, we're not going to commit to calling you a full-out threat because we're scared of what you might do, but we are putting you on a list of, like, don't get on the bad side of.
Look, if he asks us for, an A10, we're just gonna let him have it. It's probably less damage in the long run.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
Probably just wants to go joyriding or something.
Oh yes, Gungan wing.
Personally, what I would
that is
if I were ever
exactly
to
what I
have an
thought.
A10, if I were to ever have an A10,
Mm.
I would just want to fire the minigun long
Yeah.
enough to stall the A10. That's all I
Yeah.
want to do.
Actually, I don't think the A10 can carry enough ammo to do that.
Yes, it can. Do you realize that they're not allowed to fire that gun for more
Yeah.
than 5 seconds at a time?
They fired at half fire rate because the barrel just melts.
No, because they can stall the plane at it's like at I think it's at 10 seconds. They've actually generated too much recoil and the plane just fucking stalls.
I mean, I don't know actually. I know the carrying capacity of an A10 in terms of ammo,
Okay,
But
look,
I know
the,
they fired
the
like
carrying
2,400
capacity of the
volts a second.
A10 doesn't really matter when just
Yeah.
hitting the general area of your target kills them.
True.
Yeah, it carries just enough.
It,
That's all you need to know.
it carries enough to be a problem.
Be back in a minute.
I still love that it's like, yeah, we couldn't actually mount this thing in the center for reasons of recoil and structural integrity. I'm sorry, for reasons of what?
It turns out the gun's too strong. And then the AC-130. I love the AC-130 because it is peak Americanism. Okay, we have this really fucking big artillery cannon, but it's really annoying to move around. What if we built the plane
time.
around it? That's a great idea. Let's put more artillery on the plane.
Yeah. And Atin, the plane can't actually stall itself.
Oh, someone lied to me. That makes me
Yep.
sad.
Big rep.
FMA, force equals mass times acceleration, and there's just not enough force.
Anyway, so
It also only carries about 1,000 rounds, so
this guy feels a bad touch.
What, a bad touch from the darkness?
He feels a bad touch from the darkness.
Look, it's probably just Zemnis. Just say hi.
And then he was
He's not-
floating in green water. And then he was in a tube. And then he hears mumbling. And then they inject him with something, and now he's going insane. And then time passed, and he pushes himself up
yes.
from his feet. And
I sure love it. And stranger
looks
shit
around.
like LSD right into my fucking blood.
Yeah.
Delicious.
How long were
That's
they
just too
experimenting
for you,
on
isn't
me?
it?
Why were
Yep.
they modifying me? Why? I had no answer. Only wild thoughts of why.
Why the
I
fuck
honestly, I wouldn't really be concerned with the whys, to be honest. If I was ever kidnapped, I woke up in some sort of like back to tank, and then I go to sleep again, and then I wake up again, except the back to tank's now empty, and I'm on the ground. I'm not gonna be asking why. I'm gonna be asking who kidnapped me. What did they do to me?
I'm also going to be asking, why am I in Knights of the Old Republic 2? Because that's literally the opening for Knights of the Old Republic 2.
I know, but it's just like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, why did they kidnap me? Why did they experiment on me? I don't care about those whys. I'm much more focused on what the fuck happened.
You know, it's the kind of thing where it's like, I could ask, why did they do this to me? But I'm much more concerned with, what did they do to me? You know, like, am I gonna turn around and see a fucking cattail?
You've been kidnapped and turned into a cat girl.
Oh God,
mean,
no.
I wouldn't mind that. Just
But
saying.
You would never.
You
Can
would
you imagine
trade
trying
your
to go
racial
outside
purity
all
for
the
cat
neckbeards?
girlism?
Hmm.
Yeah, yes. You lose your racial purity, but you become a cat girl.
Fuck. Difficult question, man. How the fuck am I supposed to answer that?
Exactly. It was pain day because I awoke to pain.
I'm sorry, it was pain day?
It was pain day.
It's always pain day.
Why does that sound like a fucking Borderlands bandit quote? It is pain day.
No, it definitely is something one of the the midgets would be shrieking at you.
I'm sorry, I can't do a voice that
Yeah.
high though.
I know you can't, but
I probably could, but I'm not gonna do it because fuck you.
Oh god. It was a day.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, this fucking author.
Really?
Holy shit, this fucking author.
You don't fucking say it's a day. Wow. Every day
It
has
was
been
a
a day for me
day.
so far.
but was it a beautiful day in the neighborhood?
Well, you
Well,
see, the
it's
birds
just
are
day.
singing and the flowers are blooming.
Didn't the bird stop though?
Yeah, that's right. All the flying birds stop. No, the stationary birds are singing.
Oh fuck. Yeah, true.
When they finished ether experiments or modifying me some more, this time my skin was where I feel the pain.
My ears are feeling the pain.
Ah,
Fuck.
my skin!
I mean, more fucking alcohol. Bottoms up, boys.
I felt my skin on fire, and while I didn't
fuck,
cry,
ooh.
having become accustomed to the pain, for gods know how long I still felt it and grimaced every time I stretched my skin.
What's in this?
Cocaine.
That's so dumb. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I've discovered a chest I never noticed in Anne Orlando before.
Ah, yeah.
Of course.
You know when you're going through the rafters and you get to the end of them and there's the white light on the right? There's a chest on the left.
Crawling in my skin.
Crawling
And I have
in
no
my
idea how
crawl.
you're supposed to get to it.
Magic.
Oh, I know how. Fuck. So when the elevator go down, you're supposed to drop to the lower part of the elevator, because that's the only way to get to that spot. Yeah.
Interesting.
I see. I don't believe you, but I'm sure there's nothing important in that chest anyway.
Oh
so-
no, there isn't. It's like a humanity or something.
Of course it's a fucking humanity.
Oh, it's an elixir. Okay. Yep, my bad.
Ugh, that's so not worth it. Also, divine blessing, but still.
Aside from the pain, I noticed that the murkiness of the green water was clear for its tone.
Wait, what? The murkiness of the green water was clear? That's not.
Yes. You see, the water was green, but it was clear. It was clear green.
Ah, so it was the Chicago River. I understand now.
Ah, yes, there you go. Hello, Moth. Welcome to the pain train. My name is B Train Bark.
Ah, yes.
We're reading Ship
Dick
Girl.
train dog.
We're reading Ship Girl self-insert original character My Hero Academia. Or in the New Jersey ocean water. Look, we do not comment about the colors of the New Jersey ocean water. Just because, for some reason, there is a significant deviation in the color of New Jersey water compared to all other water around it, does not mean you need to bring it up.
I mean, what color is it
Chicago
then?
would like to. Chicago and St. Louis would beg to differ, and that's St. Louis talking.
Wait, is the water supposed to be glowing green?
In New Jersey?
Hmm. Yes, is it like that's what's supposed to happen?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Look, all I'm
Yeah.
saying is,
Natural.
if St. Louis can shit talk the quality of your water, you have a real problem.
Okay, look, St. Louis. The only thing we can wait, no, we can't shit talk St. Louis about murder rates.
Almost, not quite.
No, like Camden is like the third deadliest city in the world or some stupid shit.
Not just the U.S., but the world.
I mean, yeah, beating out most of Brazil.
There's a
Impressive.
lot of fucking murders in Camden. It's city. One single city. The rest of the United States cities are pretty much fine, but it's like St. Louis, Camden, and Chicago are just like, hey, but what
I
if
was
we...
gonna say, actually, relatively speaking, Chicago isn't that.
Chicago is about half of what St. Louis is, but Camden's up there with St. Louis. There's been issues in the past between Camden and everyone. Oh, and Detroit. Yes, right. I sometimes forget Detroit's a city.
Why are we talking about
That's
Detroit?
because Detroit is slowly crumbling into nothingness.
It's just a ruin.
We're
honestly.
talking about New Jersey, but now we're not talking about New Jersey, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Talk about Detroit and
Um,
other places
Anyway, so
Oh, what?
with a high concentration of black people.
What city was
Wait.
it that ran an entire ad campaign that was "We're not Detroit"?
was that not Chicago?
No,
Oh,
it was
it
not
was,
Chicago, sir.
Fuck. Was it
Um,
Baltimore?
I think it was Baltimore.
Yeah, it might have been
Are
Baltimore.
you sure it
I
wasn't
think
in
I've seen
Michigan?
an ad.
Cleveland.
Hang on.
Isley
Yeah,
says
yeah, Cleveland.
Cleveland.
It's Cleveland. Yeah, it was Cleveland. I remember that. Fucking hilarious.
Okay.
The entire ad campaign. We are not Detroit. You can't make an ad campaign out of that, sir. We've got almost 6,000 more people coming on tourist visits. It shouldn't be
No,
working.
6,000.
Oh yeah, Super Potato says Cleveland.
Yeah.
Who's the new voice? It's you.
It's me, you fucking retard.
Fucking Jesus Christ, Moth.
Come on.
Even Isley knows who it is.
Yeah, don't you recognize your fucking overlord, dude? Come on. Back to the fucking sewers with you, piece of shit.
Anyway, so he was in a large room, and there was a tall, muscly man in a business suit. How wonderful! You have much more intelligence than other creations. How interesting. He's the reason for my hell. I try to move, but I can't move. Despite being only 12 months old, you look like a 10-year-old. Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck?
No.
Wait,
What
hold up.
the fuck?
Hold up. You understand me despite only being 12 months old, but looking like a 10-year-old with no education.
Is there a specific
Wait.
Arn? Don't.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do 10-year-olds with and without education look different?
Arn, do not. We're not getting banned.
I'm not gonna say the game words, but just fuck Isley. Come on.
Look,
Piece of fucking garbage cat.
we've
Fucking.
reached the abort fic point. Okay, no. There isn't any touching yet. There's no touch. There's no bad touch yet. We're gonna continue.
Look, okay.
To be fair,
let me
to
say.
the
Shut the
author's
fuck up.
credit, it hasn't even been insinuated yet.
Yes.
Look, the only way this thing
months.
should have been aborted is with a fucking shotgun.
12
Alright,
months. I'm 34, not 12 months. His smirk transferred into a grin. Transferred?
I'm sorry, all I can imagine is an animation change frames.
Most surprising, manage actual response. Shadowing steps, big guy, heartbeat. I recognize the the scared look in your eyes. It's all for one. I thought this. Apparently, you can't even. How do you stutter in your own mind?
Skillfully.
The first villain, the biggest, the most power. The most power. Fullest.
Come the fuck on.
What?
Swear to God, what the fuck?
What is this author's actual age, I wonder?
Somewhere between.
Honestly, I hope it's
12
like
and 13.
10.
I
That would
really love that the author's like, oh yeah, my self-insert is 34 years old.
Jesus Christ, I swear to God. If this is some kind of fucking Cledwin, dude. Ah.
Blah blah blah, this can't be real, blah blah blah, and then I started panicking and I couldn't look away and I was panicking 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 and I was panicking
Sneaky.
and I was panicking.
Sneaky, you know how bad this guy's English is, right?
Yeah.
He's Australian.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not surprised.
That's no.
I'm
Yeah.
honestly. I
No,
saw that
it's not an
coming.
excuse. It's just like impressive how someone can have English as their first language, but also be this
Oh,
bad at it.
well, let's be honest here. Australians do not have English as their first language. They have
They're like,
Australian
"Come
as their
on."
first language. That is not English. That is not English. It's they're listening to an Australian try and communicate is like listening someone screaming German through a fan. Okay?
That's very specific.
Yeah, but it's actually very accurate. As someone who knows German, yeah.
You get like maybe one or two words out of half the shit they say, and you're just like, I don't know if you just said, hey, want to go eat KFC, or hey, I'm gonna fuck you like I fuck my chickens. You're really, it's a 50-50 when it comes to Australians.
Those poor chickens, man. They didn't deserve that. But
Anyway,
yeah, you're right.
enough shitting on Australians. Apparently, he has an
There's
indie
never enough.
pocket.
What?
What's an indie pocket?
Independent pocket. Releases games, dude.
Oh, it's where he releases all his games from. Yes.
Yeah. Just like USB sticks appearing there randomly with indie games on them.
I'm guessing that's an Australian word, and this is why I say Australians don't speak English, because they're just like, hey, come guys, what? And it's like, oh wow. I don't know what you said.
Was real word.
Nothing that you
That
just said were real words.
I mean, that sounds
Like,
closer to Scottish than
Something
anything.
came out of your mouth.
Words?
And
Probably not.
what he actually said was like, "Hey, do you want a cigarette, man?" And it's just like, I don't even know what you just said to me.
Words, maybe.
I think you offered me a cigarette, but you may have offered to murder my firstborn child so that I don't have to pay child support. I can't be certain.
I can't be certain. I
But I
can't.
accept
I
either
can't
way.
tell if you're asking me for $5 to go buy some cigarettes, or you're mugging me. Maybe both.
Potentially.
Possibly all of them at the same time.
That sounds more Scottish than Aussie. Look, I'm Nexus.
Yeah.
Nexus.
he's not
If you
wrong.
haven't picked up on it yet, I'm shit posting.
Yeah, Sneak is linguistically disabled. It's alright.
I don't know, that sounds more Scottish. That's because I'm not being serious.
Who could have thought? Oh,
Nexus is really
Well,
on the
it's good.
ball today. Nexus
yeah.
is just so on the ball today.
He's always on the balls, you know.
Looks like
And
we're
the dick.
testing combat capabilities early. I wish we'd done this later date, but we now have uninvited guests. And then claws came down from the ceiling and grabbed me, and then the tank drained. And the rumble, boom, rumble, quote, smash, quote, quake.
Yes. Smash.
I forgot that smash was a dialogue option instead of a sound effect.
Kill it in Smash.
I mean, it just depends on what video game you're in.
Exactly. When you're playing
The
Quake.
quakes were even louder, and from the sound of it, it was a battle going on outside of wherever here was. Then I felt pain. Small tubes that were inside me.
Oh god.
Leaking blood, but my blood was black oil. My mind started panicking. I was bleeding black oil. My blood was black oil, and from the smell, it was black
no.
oil.
He wasn't bleeding black, he was bleeding a black substance.
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
The
Sneaky,
Americans
that
are gonna
person-
invade! They're coming for
Oh,
his
God.
oil!
Oh fuck.
That was All for One's true power, propping up the failing American oil industry.
America invades Japan, seizes all ship girls.
Oh god, they're bleeding oil. America's just like, ah yes, new oil fields.
New oil field.
How can I install a pump jack on this girl?
God.
Can we frack her blood cells to get more oil?
Can we frack her?
The answer is yes, but it's illegal.
Can we frack the ship girl? I don't know if you said if you want to fuck the ship girl or inject her with methane. Yes.
The answer is neither. I wish to harvest their blood.
Somehow,
create oil.
that's worse.
Somehow, that's worse. I'm not sure how. I'm really quite impressed.
My panic increased at the thought of All for One replacing my blood with oil, as oil is flammable. And I am a machine that could explode.
What?
What the fuck?
What was this person
the-
a robot before they became a ship? I don't.
No, because all ship. So the thing is all ship girls is while they look human, they're actually still ships. So
Yep.
their blood is oil, and they move by activating their propellers, but when they activate their propellers, it's actually just their legs moving forward.
I mean, that depends on which.
And
Like,
also
series it
depends
does
on the series and if they're in the water or not.
Yep.
Contai Collection specifically is what I was describing.
Yeah, fair enough.
George Bush busts every time a ship girl has a...
All right, so I guess we're timing Isley out.
That wasn't even Isley.
wasn't Isley.
That wasn't Isley. I'm glad. I'm glad we've reached the point where we just assume comments like that are from Isley.
I approve of the thought of it, like just timing Isley out. Always, I'm down for it. That's some good shit right there.
We're not saying Isley is at fault. We're just saying we're blaming them.
Yep.
We recognize that it wasn't technically your fault. That does
But it's
not
still
mean
your
we don't
fault.
blame you.
Yep.
Then the mask fell off and the air was stale, and it tasted like hospital air, but this wasn't a hospital.
I sure do love eating some hospital air. Num num, delicious.
Yes.
Fucking
All those times I ate hospital air.
The taste of dead people and antiseptic.
More or less.
delicious dead people. Mm.
It's like
Tasty.
drinking, except you don't get drunk. I just joined up. What is going on? Well, you see, we're currently
Hell.
reading a My Hero Academia story in which the main character is a male ship girl, self-insert OC, who is a 34-year-old male, but actually a child, but actually a ship girl, but actually male, created by All for One.
Like, you know what? I would have given him credit if it's like, aha, we shall now make a ship girl. That didn't work. What about a ship boy?
No. Below the metal floor gave way, and metal hooks and rose machinery contraption. And on metal hooks rose machinery contraptions.
I'm gonna turn this author inside out.
Machinery contraptions. Sneaky, are we reading a 40k story?
Yes.
Yes.
You never knew. It was 40k all
Man,
along.
I'm so sad someone stopped that crossover. Whoever was writing that crossover stopped. That was funny.
The Izuku Wog crossover.
Well, I mean, yes, but that's not actually what I was talking about. I was talking about the one where the Emperor's Will was a ship girl.
Oh yes, that was so good. Apparently, the reason why that was stopped is because the author actually has that wrist problem.
Carpal tunnel?
Carpal tunnel, and they got surgery for it, but there was complications during the surgery.
That's not what you want to hear with carpal tunnel.
As an author, no, that's
No,
like the
as
opposite.
anything.
Well, yes.
As anyone working with computers.
But as
Yeah,
someone
I mean,
who mainly
I have carpal
uses
tunnel.
that arm,
Very cool. It just if you have carpal tunnel, you know. I
wait,
have it.
his
and
will
it's
updated
painful.
free. Wait, what?
Hmm.
His will updated recently?
Did it? Because I actually removed it from the list of stories I was watching.
It did.
Can you relink it? I don't know.
The
if I
lad
saw it.
is back.
I'm so
God.
happy.
Praise the Emperor.
Gotta be honest, I thought it was
Praise
just
the
dropped
listener.
because they dropped a massive bomb that seemed like it was one of those like really hard to write out of moments.
No, I mean,
No,
actually, they actually had a pretty good solution to the how do we stop the Inquisition from turning this person from branding this person heretical and killing them immediately.
I have a certificate from the Emperor himself.
No, I mean having that certificate seems like it'd be like nearly a just wrote yourself into a corner problem.
How's that?
No, actually, because of the way the
The
Imperium
problem is that
works,
you have to understand, I'm not overly familiar with 40k. Anything I learned about 40k is from you guys,
Yeah.
and when I went wiki diving on orcs.
I know nothing about
so
40k.
basically, anything
all.
the Emperor ever touched is more or less a holy relic of the most holy relics. And her having the actual deed written and bled on by the Emperor himself as proof of her existence as one of his ships is a pretty much a I win button in the Imperium.
Yeah, like her having a piece of paper that was signed by the Emperor is like it doesn't matter what that piece of paper says. What it actually says is I can do what I want.
More or less, yeah. Pretty much.
Like,
Okay, so
to give
that's
you-
like the super hall pass, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. To give you an idea of how insane the Imperium is, stuff that was just touched by the Primarchs that didn't turn into traitors is considered holy artifacts.
All right then.
Yeah.
The Emperor protects.
Which, by the way, probably the best thing about Gulliman coming back to life
Yeah.
was for years the Ultramarines had preserved his bedroom as like a holy sanctuary. And they've like everything in there has been venerated, and chapter masters would go in there in silence to contemplate the greatness of their Primarch and what he might do in difficult times. And then Gulliman shows up and is like, guys, why are you venerating my like leftover cup ramen?
Yeah. Yeah. It was some pretty funny shit, and the worst part is, this is what I love about the Imperium, but also hate, that overall belief actually has an effect on that shit to a degree, and it's just like
Well, my personal favorite thing is that the Emperor's a horrible dick, which we already knew, but he did give his son the anti-demon sword. He was
Yes.
smart enough to do that.
yes.
Boy, these chaos guys are a problem. I guess I'll give my son the anti-chaos sword. The dragons ravaging the kingdom are a problem. I guess I'll give my kid the anti-dragon longsword. Gee,
Battle Dragon.
thanks, Dad.
No, go, son, and spell bitch.
Emperor. Anyway.
You are a massive dick.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a hole that he wrote himself into. It was literally the suspense moment. It was effectively the Goku coming back moment at the end of an episode to fight the bad guy after his whole team gets kicked the shit out of.
So Tuesday.
And Krillin dies.
Still Tuesday.
Yes. I spied what was on them. I saw 3 triple-turreted big cannons, like that of a World War
my
II
God.
battleships. Battleships' main gun, 2 more triple-turreted smaller cannons, a rig-looking
No.
backpack.
Not cannons. Cannons. Like
Ah,
cameras.
yes, cannons.
Canon. You know?
And further below were pair of metal rotary blades attached to a frame that looks like shoes and rail-like thing with small plane that looked like a drone. The shoe things were picked up by 2 more appearing machine arms shoved onto my feet. I watched in horror at what occurred next as my feet and the shoes melting into each other to fuse to the point where flesh and steel became one. I felt it, but it was like something beyond me, like how soft sand grinned as your feet stepped on it.
Look, all I have to say
What?
is somewhere there's an adept of the there's a tech priest reading this and being like, yes, meld the metal, meld the flesh.
Replace the flesh, meld the metal. Salt the wound.
The bones. They're metal now.
I don't know, I would kind of be really freaked out if the beach started smiling at me when I stepped on it.
Yo, if the beach
Wait,
starts smiling at me, that
hang
means
on.
that
The beach has a foot fetish.
Yes. Also wants you to step on it harder,
Step on me
Daddy.
harder, Daddy!
Yes!
Step on-
Ard and I have reached a level of drunk synchronization.
Bro, I'm fucking hammered, dude. I can barely move my head without fucking. Oh god.
Max,
Oh.
can we please make?
But
the
we're still
topic system-
drinking more.
Meanwhile, Arden's hammered. Meanwhile, knocking back more shots. Woo!
Same. Yeah, if we're going down, we're going down together. Fuck it, dude.
I mean, I already fell out of my chair yesterday. Not because I was drunk, but because I was tired. But it was like a moment of like, oh man, wow, I am tired. I should go to thump.
That's still
Impressive.
by far the best clip.
I'm not going anywhere. Creak, snap, thump.
Oh
Fuck.
no! Whenever I'm speaking,
glad that
whenever I'm
clip was
trying to
saved.
convince people to listen to our show, that's the clip I play.
That's the go-to.
I mean,
That's
that's
the go-to.
that's a pretty good clip. I'm gonna be honest. That's a pretty
Yeah.
good clip to use.
Perfect.
Elder Craft World Ship World Girls. You know what? I approve.
Yeah, sounds good.
I approve.
I don't really care, but I approve anyway.
I begrudgingly approve. I mean,
Um,
honestly,
That's-
I'll be honest. That would make the Eldar a lot funnier. Like, can you imagine that an Inquisitor ends up on a craft world for some reason, gets talked to by a very nice young Eldar girl? So who was that? That was the ship.
What?
What?
Suddenly, I dislike this place more than I thought possible.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
But is
so
that a
let's
heresy?
see. Here we go. The shoe things were picked up by the melding steel, soft sand. Next came the rig back pack. Yes, the rig back pack.
Ah yes, I love having a back and a pack in two different words because that's how you're
It
supposed
was
to do
carried behind my back. The same thing
As
that happened.
opposed to on your front.
Yeah, you know, don't you wear your back pack on your front? The same thing that happened to my feet happened as well, as a new feeling of something came to my senses. Then 3 big metal arms and 2 small ones extended out of rig that was on my back. The rail thing withdrawn, then was placed on as well, only compacting into the rig. I didn't feel much from it, but I could feel them like my organic arm, but I had 5 new arms. Lastly, the cannons are moved and positioned at the new metal arms and welded onto them. The feeling made me gasp as I felt the burning sensation and hearing sparks that sounded like welders. I bit my tongue and tasted my black blood, surprisingly not making me sick to my stomach, even though I should be. Well, most creatures aren't going to get sick off of their own blood. That would be very silly.
If that was the case, there would be several issues.
a lot of them actually.
The
No, only
burning,
like 5 or 6.
the burning feeling faded, and I felt
Maybe
the new
about a few.
attachments. I could rotate them and move them around, and let's see, blah 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 blah. I have big guns.
Wait, hang on. I felt my felt.
Yes, he felt his felt. Well, he felt feeling.
Okay.
Sure,
Why not?
my skin wasn't skin; it was my armor. Fucking
Wait, their
Aussies.
armoire? They were wearing an oaken dresser?
Yes. They also that's
Wait,
how the British spell
They actually
armor.
wrote armor within U.
Yeah, it's
Not
almost like
armor.
it's almost like they descended from being British.
Yeah.
They're like
Oh,
worse
I feel
British
so
people.
sorry for them.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just like you guys.
Excuse you.
Excuse you.
We did not descend from being the British. We fled the British because we couldn't stand the British.
We
How
ran
to trigger
away
Americans
from
in
the
one
British.
sentence. Yeah, you guys are
Ran
supposed
away
to
from the
be-
British, and then we became better than the British.
You
Yeah,
guys
sure.
are just like the British. Everyone is typing.
Several people are typing.
Exactly.
Maybe the author was also drinking when he wrote this. Maybe. I still
Not
don't.
an acceptable excuse. Listen, I've written with Drunk Sneaky, and he's actually extraordinarily coherent. And it's
Well-
much easier to get him to write.
It is, yes.
Atin, have you read my drunk writing?
No.
It's illegible. Half of it's in
Yep.
Norwegian.
Well, that's just not true. I'll link
You're
you though.
right. 70%
pretty
in
good.
Norwegian.
Yeah, fuck you.
My weight was 71 tons. I'm
There you go,
not
Atin.
fat.
Enjoy.
Can we please get a different joke? Like,
No.
please.
No.
No.
Anyway, so Smash, and then All for One crashed in, and All Might was here. Blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah. Don't worry, little one, I'll save you. Blah 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 blah. Okay, okay, look, so All Might. Well, it might be a lolly, and that might be your favorite race type.
It's delicious.
She also does
Tasty.
have 9 cannons welded to her.
That only makes it better.
going
I'm not
clean
going to
your
disagree with
cannon.
you on that. A small child with very large cannons is amusing mental image. However, it is not what I would be focusing on in the middle of a fight with a guy that will definitely kill me. Just saying, the child...
With a guy that you know is your equal in power,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
the child is secondary to this one. You don't need to save the child. The child is clearly not a child. They have cannons. I'm just saying. If all it took...
This is also a world where babies can be born with guns for heads.
Yes, true, Max. But
Yes.
if all it took was to defeat All Might
Dude.
was to make a bunch of
Dude.
lollies,
Hang on.
I think All for One would have won a while back. I'm
Hang on.
just saying.
Can you fucking imagine just being pregnant and then you get to the birth and just like a revolver pops out and just shoots in the fucking head during the birth?
It's just the doctor. Wah, bam, wah, bam.
Do you suppose doctors with like invulnerability quirks are in high demand as a
Oh,
just-in-case measure?
absolutely. Can you imagine what the doctor delivering Bakugo had to deal with?
Wah, explode.
Well, on the bright side,
Oh yes, the
quirks
baby
tend to
exploded.
Take a bit to manifest, but they do seem to imply that like if it's a quirk that directly affects your appearance, you just have it from day one, kid.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
God,
I'm
I
sorry.
feel so sorry
I'm sorry. All I can think of now is Bakugo's birth being in the classic birthing position, and he has fucking rockets out because of an explosion.
Of course. Special delivery, a fucking missile.
Express delivery. Missile
It's a
edition.
special delivery, an exploding child.
All right then.
Kaboom.
No. Come on. Gotta do it like it's Wind Waker.
C8, you need
Can't
to learn how to shitpost. Come on now.
No explosion birth allowed. Fuck you, C8. Let me have my fantasies.
Fuck you. Just like fuck you in general.
Is the baby okay? Explodes. Baby's fine. Explodes again. Probably.
I guess we need a fucking blast chamber for a baby.
Yeah, man. We have to keep your child in isolation. We gotta practice some social distancing on this kid until he stops fucking exploding.
Well, because I mean, technically, it's the fact that he just secretes an explosive.
Yeah, nitroglycerin.
No,
His-
technically,
well, no,
it's
it's-
nitroglycerin-like.
his
stuff.
sweat is like nitroglycerin.
Okay, but
I
a
do love it when it's
there's hundreds of explosive substances. A nitroglycerin-like substance would be similar to nitroglycerin, and nitroglycerin special
Wow,
properties
you
in
don't
terms
say.
in terms of reactivity, is literally anything. Simply existing will cause nitroglycerin to explode.
Of course.
I mean, isn't that like the fucking aside or something like that?
Yes, but literally, a light amount of force is all it takes to set off nitroglycerin. And I mean, like,
for the AA.
I mean, like
just
shaking
goes
the vial.
kaboom.
Like, if you had a vial of nitroglycerin and you shook it, it would explode.
Yeah, and if you had put some aside on a plate and just left it there, it would explode.
Just creating it causes it to explode.
Yes.
Like, it literally doesn't want to exist so hard it unexists itself the second it exists.
Exactly.
Humanity's
Just like you should have done.
But we
weird shit.
refuse to let that happen, and we continue making it.
I'm right.
Until
Gotta
we
get
can
some hard
put it
medicine.
in a small bottle, pack it in straw and glass, give it to some very terrified Irishmen, and tell them to blow up a mountain.
I sweat nitroglycerin. Cool, we need you in the hospital.
Heart medicine.
You're about to thin some blood.
I mean, yes, actually.
Also, again,
Yeah,
I will always
forgot
point this
about
out.
that.
What guy with a heart condition went, oh man, my heart's hurting really bad. Let me drink this explosive. Oh wow, I feel better now.
Well, Sneaky, it's like
I still
whenever
feel like-
dude first drank milk has some explaining to do.
No,
Cow titty.
not at all.
I feel like that was just a moment of like, this will either be a really dope way to go, or it's the last thing
I
Let's
feel
see what happens.
yeah, I feel like the nitroglycerin as a medicine discovery was definitely a failed suicide attempt.
Like, Atin, Loki though, I would just like a coast tit, like, just in general. Honestly.
But real talk here, beans. Beans. You can't
Yeah.
eat beans. Beans
Why not?
have this
Beans?
protein in them that you can't eat, that protein inside a bean. You have to cook
Bruh.
the bean first to dismantle that protein to allow you to eat the bean. But
But I want the protein though.
you'll shit fire.
Ah, yes.
And
Perfect.
that fire is blood.
My superpower. I shit fire.
My
But it's a burning
anus is bleeding!
Perfect. Now something to drink. Yes, I am
Pros of
hammered.
shitting fire is you never have a what's that thing that fat people get in their ass
Being fat.
from
uh,
sitting too long?
Fat.
Hemorrhoid?
Hemorrhoids. Yeah, you never get hemorrhoids because you just cauterize the hemorrhoid every time you take a shit.
Exactly.
Oh, Sneaky, you
Burn
can
that
eat
fucker
Taco
right
Bell
off.
guilt-free.
What about
Awesome.
guilt-free?
You can eat Taco Bell guilt-free.
You won't even notice a difference.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, real talk, beans. So somebody out there ate beans and was like, oh god, that was the worst experience of my life. But what if I set them on fire
Oh yeah. Of course.
and then
As
tried
we
to
all
eat
know,
them?
fire.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's like what guy, like the guy who invented toast, right? Like, okay, so I
Burn
took
the
this
bread.
stuff and I cooked it, but what if I burned it again?
What if I burned the bread again after I cut it?
Oh.
Big think time.
You see, this bread would be a lot better if I just burn it again.
But still, it's just like you eat something, and it like fucking eviscerates you, and you just go, no, I really want to eat this object. I'm gonna figure out how to eat this fucking object. And so you try everything. You set it on fire. You dry it out. You soak it in water. Then you set it on fire.
What's you on fire, you fuck?
You are determined to eat that fucking object.
Well,
Eat
look,
that
it's
ass,
like,
dude.
is it the Norwegians who have Sir Strong or whatever, where they're
Oh,
like,
sweet.
okay,
You shut up, that's Swedish.
Swedish.
Look.
My apologies.
Look, right, like the Swedes have surströmming, and the Icelandic have fucking rotten shark or whatever.
Yeah.
But we just eat normal fish, dude. Like, that's racist. Fuck you.
No, I genuinely didn't remember which country had it.
Fuck you anyway. Piece of shit.
No, that's why I was asking. I was asking you so that I could be correct about which country was
Yeah.
freaking disgusting.
Also,
it's
also
Sweden.
mushrooms.
Always Sweden.
Just again, real talk. Get mushrooms. Someone goes, "Hey,
Fuck yeah.
that's a thing growing on that dead stuff. I wonder
Just
what it
snort that
tastes
shit right by
like."
the nose. Mm,
Like, oh,
delicious.
you just grab the mushroom and you're just like, oh wow, that was terrible. But what if I set it on fire first?
Burn that fucker.
Why is it humans are just like, eat food?
Burn
Wow,
that
that was
fucking thing.
terrible. But what if we set it on fire next time?
Look, alright, my leading theory. Every single person in like the Stone Age were fucking pyromaniacs. So they just burned everything and just ate it.
But
Look-
what if
look
we
like-
set it on fire first?
Look like, what if this tree branch? Just burn it and just fucking eat it. Who cares? This rock.
Well, no, I
just
mean,
burn it.
It's stuff like
The other
what?
person,
How did you
burn that fucker.
possibly? How could you possibly figure out that a banana was edible?
It wasn't.
Just burn it, lol. Who cares?
The banana wasn't edible though.
Just make it edible. Who fucking cares?
The original that's another thing. The fucking banana. So the original banana was not edible in the slightest. It was like 90% seeds, and the mush that wasn't seeds tasted like shit. But somebody said, "I want to eat that," and so they bred trees for the next 150 years until we have the modern banana.
No, let's be clear,
Exactly.
Sneaky. It wasn't just a guy. He made it his family's undertaking.
Like, he was like,
They're
he
like,
was
"Yeah,
so
whatever,
fucking
fuck it."
determined to eat that fruit that tasted like garbage that he created a new species of fruit.
I mean, that's literally like every vegetable and fruit
I'll be
ever.
back into that.
Yeah,
Okay,
fuck
I
you.
mean, yes, but we did cultivate a lot of vegetables and fruits to be better. But this
Yeah,
was
I
straight
mean, like-
up inedible. It was an inedible fucking piece of trash, and he's like, "No, I want to
Fuck
eat
you, I
that.
want to eat it. Yeah.
Fuck you, I
it will
wanna
be
eat
edible
this."
someday.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna make
keep
it fucking edible."
breeding these trees until they produce an edible fruit."
Damn right.
It's just like, what the
But
fuck are you
did-
doing,
They even
man?
turn didn't turn like one plant species into like 3 different types of foods. Like
Yeah, the
broccoli and
orange.
possibly.
Yeah.
No,
Well, no, and
something
don't
else.
forget. Then there's George Washington Carver, the man who really loved the peanut.
Oh god, the fucking.
Ah, yes, I love that.
Also, accidentally discovers explosives. Oops.
Who cares? It's just explosives, dude.
Yes, this mining explosive will definitely revolutionize mining, and will make it much better. Oh, no, stop, cease! Why are you using it for military purposes?
This will
Wait,
revolutionize
stop!
mining.
That's
Hey, why are you-
illegal!
Kaboom! Enemy
Oh,
go boom.
God. Peach trees, plum trees, and apricots can be grafted together because they all descended from the same thing. Yeah, again, it's just like humans.
Ah,
Humans
ooh.
are so utterly determined to eat everything that doesn't matter. It's like that. I want to eat grass. Wow, this grass tastes like shit. I'm gonna breed grass that tastes good. Now we have
I'm
corn.
gonna make it good. Fuck you.
That's
dude.
where
Let's just
corn
make it
came
good.
from. This
Yep.
tall grass that has those little tiny seeds on it, someone was like, wow, I really love those tiny little seeds. I wish they were bigger. And so they ripped up a bunch of grass and said, I'm going to make this grass bigger. And so they kept breeding it together until its seeds were huge. And now we have corn.
Yes.
And it's just like, what the fuck, guys?
I mean,
Literally,
that's what,
there
like,
is so much food everywhere else. Why are you dedicating your life to make something? To make this
I mean, this is-
fucking
that's
grass
just
taste like
humanity in
not
general.
grass.
It's like, what if I took this thing in nature, but made it good?
Just
just
absolutely
like,
fucked
yes.
it.
Fuck nature, dude. Let's just fuck everything. Who cares?
Well,
anymore?
I mean, again,
I'm gonna
look, the
come on a
best
tree.
example
How
of
we go?
humanity
Fuck.
messing with stuff is wolves, right?
Oh,
We
yeah.
took something that ate us, and we were like, "You are my best friend."
Look, all I'm gonna say is, I'm the leader of this fucking pack, not you, you fucking four-legged bitch.
All I'm saying is that they actually did some interesting research when it comes to animal features concerning foxes and wolves and dogs, and they bred foxes in this one place in Russia to be more friendly to humans. And what they
Yes.
noticed was that when these foxes were bred to be very friendly towards humans, the most friendly ones looked the most like dogs.
That's epic, dude. I'm gonna be right back.
And it was like, that's really weird and interesting. But yeah, so anyway, All Might is fighting One for All to capture the lolly, who is also maybe a boy, but we really still can't tell.
Now, there's an episode I would pay money to see.
You're a cute murder puppy, you're mine now. As far as we are aware, more or less happened is that whenever we encountered wolf packs, we mostly killed them, but the ones that just kind of hung out around the edges of our camp, we would feed scraps to. And so what ended up happening was the wolves in the area would begin to lose the populations of wolves that were hostile to humans, and more of the population of the wolves would be ones that are friendly towards humans, or at least neutral, because we would feed them. And then some of them would start following us around, and then some of them just kind of lived with us from then on.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, remember, it started with we would kill the wolves so the wolves wouldn't kill us. Then some wolves were like, I don't have a pack, but I was out, eating finding a corpse, or maybe it was taking a dump. Who knows, right? It wasn't with the pack, so it didn't die. So then it started following these things around that killed everyone it knew and loved. And then we were like, someone was like, oh, I feel bad about murdering your entire family. Here, have some meat. And then I was like, hey, this thing gave me free meat. I'm going to keep following.
Well, no, it was more along the lines of we left a lot of the scraps that we couldn't eat, like, stomach, guts, offal in general. While we used some of it, like the intestine, to store meat. There was a lot of it we just didn't eat in general, like the heart. We just didn't eat lungs.
Because we're like, I'm not eating that.
It wasn't useful to us. It was
Give
harder
me
to
an
cook.
enemy. I don't care.
Certain muscle groups were just not good for storage or cooking. And so we would toss that, and then the wolves would eat that.
Bitch.
And then, stuff. It was a sort of symbiotic relationship, because wolves would start howling or growling whenever another creature, like a bear or something, would come along, and that would alert the humans, and the humans would be like, oh, keeping wolves around is a good idea, because they'll, smell
will
bears
kill.
and shit when they come nearby.
Why are we talking about the domestication of canines?
Because
What
we gone
started this?
way
Because
got
Arn and I are drunk, and we both really got off track.
fucking hammer, dude.
I mean, look, all you really need to know about this story is apparently the OC gets turned into maybe a lolly, but maybe a boy, but they're also a ship girl, and now All Might and All for One are fighting over her, him, it. Also, they bleed
no-
oil.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna turn this author's spinal cord into a murder weapon. And that's about it. We don't care anymore.
So anyway, everyone they were wrecking the whole place, and I tried to stand, but I couldn't find any balance. But I tried. I didn't like the way All for One was looking at me. Truly amazing, taking her first steps. What did you do to that child? All for One was like, lol, what do you mean? I'm just congratulating them on walking. Whose child did you steal?
What did you do to that child?
Whose child
What did
you
you do to
steal?
that child? Ignoring the 50 caliber barrels in their
Ignoring the 9 battleship cannons strapped to them. What
I
did you do to that child?
Well, I hate what All Might's yelling here, because he's actually yelling, whose child did you steal from?
Yeah. Whose child did you steal
Wait.
from? Ah, yes.
Yeah, how the fuck does that make sense?
Oh, yes.
Like,
Whose child did you steal a child from? You child's child stealer?
All I can imagine is that he's implying that there was a naturally occurring ship child out there that the cork was stolen from.
Indeed.
oh yes.
Steal
I
All
love
Might.
stealing
I didn't
from
steal
people.
from anyone. Bullshit. Why is that 2 words? Bullshit, you lie.
All that shit. You lie.
Okay,
Wait,
so
does
first
that-
of
does
all,
that
I'm
mean
pretty sure the
the
symbol
person-
of peace didn't curse.
Yes.
Hang on. The person is the lie.
Well,
Like-
also especially
like
around
Portal style, the
lollies.
cake is a lie.
You gotta remember not to curse around the kids, because reasons or cultural stuff or whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, So,
Cultural stuff.
on the
Dude.
contrary,
Oh,
I
yes.
am telling you the truth. That child was a test tube deformed flesh baby that showed signs of life, so I hooked them up to equipment and let them gestate inside a giant bacta tank with nutrients. And she was just born today, and you have ruined this day. What are you planning for her? Oh, I'm planning to do evil things to her. And then they started fighting again.
What are you gonna do to them? I don't know. I figured I'd make them into, I don't know, some Soylent Green. Maybe get some nice couscous.
Oh, I felt like making them into a battleship. I'm sorry, what?
What are you planning for her? Something evil. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Fuck
some
you,
evil
fuck you.
stuff, I do evil stuff,
yes.
so clearly I'm gonna do evil stuff to
I-
this kid.
I love being evil. Wow,
Ah,
that's
yes.
just great. Fuck the Jews.
What's in your
Coordinate-
pants? Evil. What's your
Death.
sexuality? Doom.
What do you want to do? Destroy the Jewish people? I don't know.
No.
Something like that.
Oh.
What are we gonna do today, Pinky?
Destroy Israel. Tie me to
while
Israel,
they
tie me to
fought,
Tel Aviv.
I
I'm
tried to
ready.
make sense of what All for One said, and I shivered, knowing that I was transformed into flesh.
What?
Flesh!
What? That's
And I
not-
was not human anymore, and I had guns and propeller feet. And the monster wanted me to be evil and kill people, and I was sickened by this, and I refused
Wow,
to
I
be
sure love being evil.
evil. And so I stood up, ignoring that I was numb, and I found my center, and I was breathing heavily because my lungs were probably malformed, or maybe because you were just born,
There's,
just
I don't know.
saying. Soon they were in a deadlock, and I was like, oh no, I can't let this happen. I can't let All Might be killed. This I cannot allow was my new motto.
I did. Another shot.
I won't
I'm-
allow
I'm-
you
I'm
to
so
force
fucking
that
drunk right
child
now. Holy
into
shit.
a life of crime. All for one. Fa, I like to
Ah, yes.
see you try, as
My
it
favorite.
seems she's
Wait,
decided.
hang on. I won't allow to force that child to a life crime. All for one.
Yes.
I
All
love
for
a
one,
life
of
crime.
course.
All for
yes.
one grabbed All Might's wrist with an
Fucking
iron
hell.
holding and not letting go before turning to me.
So
Some
this is
child, fire
Oh
upon
my
your
God,
enemy,
fucking
he yelled,
piece of
forcing me to
shit.
trust that I'd hit him when I'd fire.
I
And
just-
so, boom, boom, boom,
Ah.
boom, 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 boom.
Why am
So-
I like this?
I don't know.
I spilled alcohol across half my fucking desk, dude.
Well, see, that's why you drink vodka. That way it doesn't leave stains, because vodka always evaporates.
Yeah, but the problem is just I can't get any vodka at like legal percents.
Just buy
yet.
some Finnish vodka.
Yeah, give me
He
2
said
years,
legal
dude.
percent.
I'm gonna buy 60% in 2 years, dude. I don't care. A year and a half.
I love
gonna get
how
hammered.
everyone's like, oh, America has a drinking age of 21. Meanwhile, Arn's like, oh, yeah, they restrict drinking here by percentage alcohol. Because,
It's like okay, I can get anything below 22% and like until I'm 20, and when I'm 20 I can get anything. So at that point I'm gonna get like 60% and fuck you.
buy
Until then-
moonshine, drink 300%.
Ah,
Yeah, I was
yes,
gonna
of course.
listen, come to America, find a trailer park with some suspicious smoke, and be like, listen, I need the strongest thing you've made this week.
Ah, yes.
And then you go
I'll
blind.
drink
If you're,
the
I was gonna
fucking
say, if
pure
you're lucky,
methanol.
they've been making the good stuff, and you'll end up with something that's like 350%.
And then possibly go
Ah,
blind.
yes.
Because they used motor oil as the base.
I love motor oil, dude. It's delicious.
Now, what you really got to be careful is you never want to drink bark moonshine. Never do it.
Absolutely do it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, who's gonna stop you?
I mean,
The
I'm not
police?
going to stop you.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying you shouldn't do it. It will kill you. Bark moonshine is lethal.
It's
I'm gonna
not
do it. I don't care.
guaranteed to kill you, Sneaky. It's just highly likely to.
Yes.
What are you, a pussy?
Um,
Fuck you.
I'm just saying
If you die, it's worth it.
you're not a redneck, so you probably will not
I'm not
have
black
the
either, who
genetic
cares?
resistance to moonshine that all isn't
Yeah, so
bark
what?
moonshine methanol. It's fucking close to it.
pure methanol, delicious.
Might as well be.
If you're blind, then that's when you've hit the good stuff.
I mean, there is some moonshines that only make you temporarily blind.
Weak shit, dude. You gotta pump that shit up. Rookie numbers.
Anyway, however, all 9 of the shells were fired. Only 4 of them hit the mark, and the rest flew over what remained of the rest of the laboratory. All Might blinked, and before checking, they realized he wasn't hit, and that All for One was in fact hit.
Wow.
And I fell over, and I was so happy that I fell over though, because I killed All for One. And then I started crying. And then
really doubt
everything
that would kill
collapsed.
him.
Okay, fair enough.
And then All Might scooped me up. Fear not, I am here.
More explosions.
Recovery girl, I need you here. Blah blah. Dear, look here. Blah blah blah. Trouble staying awake. Sleep. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Third Pav, mainly All Might. Oh, it is a ship girl. That is a girl.
I'm gonna turn you inside out.
Okay, so it's a male, supposedly.
Male, girl.
34,
Hmm.
supposedly, year-old, who ends up as a lolly ship girl in My Hero Academia because reasons.
Oh yes, of course. My favorite reasons. Reasons.
She looked 10, and she was a creation of an evil man that she shot. This
Wait,
is
hang
why
on.
you don't give
She looked
kids
10.
if
But you're
only
a
All for
2,000-year-old
One
vampire.
if only All for One paid attention to the anti-gun ads in America, he should have known better than to
Yeah.
give a child a gun.
And he was
Look,
super.
okay.
He was completely irresponsible about it.
Hang on,
he
hang
gave
on,
the
hang on.
child loaded 18mm guns.
Look, alright, right.
Not 18
Guys,
millimeter,
guys, please.
Shh.
You shouldn't
18
give
inch.
kids like normal weapons like pistols or rifles because they can't handle those. They can handle equal. So you gotta give them like squad weapons like machine guns or mortars or
Oh yeah,
mounted
because it
weapons.
teaches them the value of teamwork.
Exactly.
Of course. Look,
So,
someday I'm gonna have some poor girl's going to be dumb enough to fall in love with me. We'll have 4 or 5 screaming children.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'll teach them to operate
Yeah,
a
right.
computer.
That will never happen, dude. I'm sorry.
Implying Atin will reproduce.
Listen,
Yeah, no.
listen. If a girl can fall in love with my brother, I
They
have a
can't.
chance.
No, you have no chance. You see,
It's just a lie,
your
dude.
brother actually took all of your charisma points.
Yep.
that
They're left.
He did not steal a lot of charisma. I can tell you that.
No,
I
no,
mean,
hi-
like,
his
He
wisdom.
apparently managed to get the recessive Chad gene. Apparently,
Yeah, his wisdom's really low, but he's got some situational charisma that you lack.
Yeah. Look, like you roll a 0 in charisma, he roll like maybe a 2. I don't know. Fucking don't care. But like still, you roll a 0, so you're never gonna reproduce. That's just a fact of life.
Ah, yes, because you've got such high chances.
Look, this
Actually,
wasn't about me, it's about you.
he's
okay.
he's a rich Norwegian. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he actually
oil
will
money, dude.
reproduce.
Exactly. I have a much better chance than you. Because I snort oil money every day. Cocaine, dude.
I revised my statement. That chance has lowered.
It's always been about 0, dude. Just around. Something like that.
I enjoyed watching you sink your own ship there. It was
Kaboom.
entertaining.
Yeah.
At least he didn't
I
sink
mean-
his own ship, girl. Hey-oh!
Look,
he took
look,
down the dickhead first mate. All right, that's all that mattered.
He
But
sank
if-
the ship he was on to kill the captain.
Indeed.
if my ship sank, then your ship was already gone.
I fucked 20 more people than you ever have. Well, 20 times 0 is still 0. Hey-oh!
I mean, like, all I'm gonna say is, if I turned into shipwreck, then Atten was already like at the bottom of the sea, scuttled by his own people. Day 1.
Ha!
Day one.
People.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Anyway, so
I'm too
All
drunk to
Might then
care.
proceeded to feel up the girl.
Fuck the girl. Hey,
She has bleached ash silver hair with molten gold eyes and an exotic skin color.
Wait, was her skin the color of exotic?
Oh no! She is a lolly!
Oh
She
god,
also
oh,
had
fuck.
curves, and her breasts were big, and hips were
No.
large.
I'm
This is not okay.
not good. Not okay. I don't like this.
Literally describe this as a 1-year-old who looks like a 10-year-old.
Yeah!
Yes, but the 10-year-old has big tits, so it's okay.
It's okay, it's a stacked lolly. It fits the Japanese
lolly.
standard.
Fuck you.
Then she went into an ambulance. Wait, hold on. How did she get into an ambulance? She's wearing cannons.
Guns.
Carefully.
America. Fuck
Look,
yeah.
this is Japan. America is the only owner of the special gun improvisation ambulances.
Don't care.
You should.
No.
You see the there's a Chicago brand as well where they've welded anti-aircraft
Yeah.
turrets onto the top.
Ah yes, of course.
Excuse
The
you.
Chicago
No,
bus.
the Chicago version has additional armor plating to prevent small arms fire from penetrating it.
And also
See,
mounted machine
the
guns.
worst part is I can't tell if he's serious or not.
Oh, believe me, he is.
Like
Um,
that
I-
that legitimately sounds like something that would happen in Chicago.
I do think they did
Hang on.
actually check to see if there was the feasibility of armor plating some emergency response vehicles.
Excellent.
Hang on. Can I find that one fucking thing?
Blah blah blah. 3 hours. Girl is passed out, but they gave her a full physical while she was passed out.
I don't know, something like this. Who cares?
Mutations, 4 hours old and recently augmented. Her blood had been replaced by crude oil. It was her new blood. They also found that the
Delicious
fluids from
crude
the
oil.
IV drip were broken down and restructured by her rig to make guns. Her
Hmm.
skin was made out of steel, but found it was at least 16 inches thick. Ah, yes.
Wait, what?
Hmm.
No, it doesn't.
16-inch
big
thick
tips.
skin. Yes, of course.
407 millimeters. That's not.
That's 40 centimeters.
Yeah,
Divided by two.
that's inch
That's-
and
no,
like
si-
3/4 at best.
16 inches, dude. More or less. Sticky is actually right for once.
Yeah,
Impressively enough.
16
Is
inches.
that
470 millimeters is 40.7
yeah, or
centimeters, which
16
is
inches thick?
about 16 inches. Yeah, fuck you.
Big clap. She's got
Excellent.
inch thick skin. She's got skin for miles.
Wait, hang on. Does that mean she's fucking thick?
Yes,
Oh god.
she's a thick
Yeah,
I
lolly.
mean, they already established that in the previous paragraph with the lolly.
Yes. Anyway, so thick lolly weighed 70 tons, but also didn't weigh 70 tons when they didn't want her to weigh 70 tons.
Damn, she's thick.
Anyway, so blah blah blah. Everyone from UA apparently shows up. Shota apparently doesn't deserve to have his name capitalized or spelled correctly.
Who cares?
I guess
Blah
they're not
blah
an Aizawa.
blah. Blah blah blah. Look, here is Ship Girl.
I gotta ask, since her blood's been replaced with crude oil, what
Yeah.
happens if Aizawa turns on the eyes?
Yes.
Well, you see, we
just
actually don't pay
die.
attention to
Who cares?
anything in My Hero Academia in terms of contradictions. But as far as I'm aware, in the anime, they did make a note of it during the USJ incident. That I don't know if this differs from the manga, but they in the anime they did have Eraserhead go in his mind. I can't affect physical quirks. Damn it! They probably know that, and I tried so hard to keep that covered up.
Yeah, that was in the manga too. That was the thing of like, if their quirk is purely physical, like it changes their biology, you can't stop it.
I can't feel my fucking
Oh,
nose.
so he
dude.
can't. So he
Oh,
can't
God.
make Invisible Girl visible, etc.
Yeah.
Bombs up.
Yeah.
But he can prevent like super strength because that's an energy emission causing the super strength. But if it was a biological super strength like the forearms guy, then he can't change that.
Gotcha.
Fuck. That's all. Fuck.
16-inch thick steel compressed to the size of skin. Ah, yes, the size of skin.
Ah, yes.
Such a
what size that
precise and
skin?
exacting measurement. The size of
yes,
skin.
My favorite size is just like skin size.
I am at least 3 skin.
Wow. I sure love
At
the
least you're not
skin.
foreskin.
Ayo. I mean, like.
Who is this 4chan?
Jewish people? Fortune? No. Sorry, sir. No foreskin left.
First ever artificial human. And then
First ever artificial foreskin, dude. The Jewish people destroyed. There are no Jews left now. Only foreskin.
I love this author's note. Yeah, this is something I came up with. Also, expect random uploads at any time. Ether, 3 weeks from now or a month. Sorry if that annoys you, but I have a life.
No,
you don't.
no, you having a very
Fuck
slow
you,
upload
author. You piece of
schedule.
shit.
Last
You have no
posted. Last posted November 1st, 2018.
Have they
I
had
mean,
any
yeah.
uploads in recent months
No.
since this?
No, fuck you. Fuck you. Don't care.
April 11th. Mass Effect Fate Stay Night. A Family
Oh.
Against the Galaxy.
Oh,
Fuck you. And yourself.
Arthurian legend themed AU self-insert
Mm.
original character.
oh no.
No. Die.
Bleach Kantai collection. Ichigo wakes up as a shit girl.
I'm
In
sorry,
the
so what?
Ship girl.
Hang on. I can't read, dude. I'm too far away from the screen. Hang on. Ichigo has found herself in the naval district. What? What the fuck? And the only way back
They
closed off.
spelt
No,
it
she's
as in
finding
like
another more.
the naval belly button.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you.
And the only
What
way
the
back
hell?
closed off, she now has to fight a war not her own, but she's happy to save humanity when she
She more than
learns
happy to
what
save
happened.
humanity. I don't know.
Even
What
if
the
she
fuck?
has giant guns on her back. What?
And an equal-sized butcher knife. Nope. Fuck you.
Oh, this guy also writes Harbor Princess of the Bay.
Die.
Yeah, that
just
story
die.
is fucking awful. It's a Worm Kantai collection where Taylor becomes an abyssal, but she solves crime as a detective as the Bay Princess.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Just die.
I need you to stop saying words.
It's literally the stupidest shit ever.
Holy fuck. I'm way too fucking hammered for this, dude. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look on the bright side. It's 8:52.
I can't feel my legs.
Wow,
Holy
this
shit.
is cringe. This is so fucking cringe. Fate Stay Night
Ugh.
Worm crossover adventure crime drama.
No.
Dear my first
Die.
volunteer, I have chosen you to be the first of a ever-increasing list of random people to fuck up other worlds. Because I'm bored and it's funny to watch you do it. Don't worry, you'll live long enough to have a family. Sincerely, Cyrus Saint, the first god of everything.
I want you to just
This
off
dude
yourself.
literally calls himself the first
Oh,
god of
God.
everything. Yeah. I used to own the profile Cyrus Saint the first true god. So now I'm here because I lost the password.
Yeah. Fuck you. God.
Can't. I mean, it's a good thing you can't get that back, but you don't. You can't just.
Oh, my eyes
Reset
aren't
that?
working anymore. I'm too drunk. Fuck. My eyes are not working. I swear to God, I can't read anymore. Update 19/09/2019. Fuck you. God.
Right. So I guess that's it for Fix Site. We just kind of really focused on that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we had like a half an hour fucking derail with I
Right.
don't know, animals and shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was informative
Fucking
stuff. You know, that's
Okay,
educational.
vegetables, dude. Fuck you, vegetables. I don't
Yeah.
care.
You know, that's educational shit. You know.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, it could be good world building. You know, just in the background, you're
No.
like, you know, and I'm gonna invent a fucking fruit, and this family invented this fucking fruit, and they're rich because they invented a fruit.
See, Sneaky, fuck you because no.
But
Okay.
anyway, so I actually have a story to finish off the night. You know, while you guys think of a question to ask, I guess, or something. So, small little story. As I started playing Star Sector recently, and
No.
that was fun, and I was like, okay, well, what else can I add to it though? Because Star Sector, as it is a game made by 4 people. It's basically space Mountain Blade Warband.
Except it's
Um,
space.
and so there is a mod called Neralexin, a highly recommended mod that everyone should install. That is basically a minor overhaul, but it's not actually an overhaul. It kind of just makes all the systems in the game better. It adds what is known as the International Bounty Board compared to the normal Bounty Board. The normal Bounty Board is just randomly generated fleets that a faction will pay you to go kill, and you don't lose anything by killing these fleets either. You can only gain by killing these fleets.
Epic game moment. Destroying those gamers.
But the International Bounty Board, it generates unique fleets of takes one of the ships in the game, and it has a unique version of that ship that's been modded a certain way that can't be gained anywhere else in the game, besides attacking that person with the bounty.
Oh.
And
I can't
so
see my fingers. Please help.
I was told in this game there was a certain bounty where you could get a planet killer unique version called the Titan X. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool, because the normal planet killer shoots a missile the size of a cruiser ship. So I was like, oh, wow, I wonder what the unique variant does. The unique variant doesn't shoot a missile the size of a cruiser ship. It shoots about 300 missiles per second.
Gamer.
And I'm just like, oh, wow, this is really hard. So after trying that battle 4 times, I finally killed his fleet and finally cornered him. And as my fleet's advancing upon him, and he's cornered and can't go anywhere, his ship starts beeping and glowing.
Yes. He's
And I'm like, oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Allah
Oh, no!
Oh, boom.
And it goes off and consumes nearly 80% of the map in a fiery wave, wiping out my entire fleet. And I'm just sitting there like, oh.
Truly, this is the will of Allah.
That's what it does. That's the unique part of it. Oh!
Allah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's very epic, dude. I didn't know Muslims existed in Star Sector. That's pretty
But
epic.
yeah. So okay, so we actually got a question from Pedro now.
Yes,
Pedro asks, how do you slow down power level creep?
Well, number 1, just don't fucking do it, dude. It's that easy. Just don't.
I mean, as shitposty as Arn's answer is, it actually, that is an actual genuine answer. Just don't have supernatural levels of power up.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on what you're writing.
You know, like
It's
even
not like there's anything wrong with power creep either.
no, but it is power creep. You know,
if you don't want power creep, plan out like the max level of your villain.
Yeah.
If you're writing an
basically.
action-based, like this is as strong as the villain is allowed to be. Period. The
Exactly.
strongest thing that can happen in this world is a human can break a house with a swing. That's it.
Right.
Fuck you upside down.
You pick your power cap at the start and you stick to it.
Stick that shit up your asshole.
Because it's very easy to accidentally power creep, especially when you're trying to build up the villain.
Lack of access.
Well, no, I was saying, especially when you're trying to build up the villain, Aragon's a big example of this because in Aragon,
Dude,
the
it's just me like controlling half the Mediterranean. Aragon, I guess, out there
Yeah.
with an Aragon shit.
Aragon, unfortunately, tried to build up the threat that Galbatorix, the evil king, posed to the rest of the world, and Aragon in particular, by the author constantly brought up, like, oh, he did this, he did that, he did this great feat of magic, he did that great feat of magic, and then the author was like, okay, well, now I have to figure out how Aragon defeats him, so he's like, okay, well, Aragon's gonna go look for this thing, and then he's like, wait a second, fuck, Galbatorix has had like literally 70 years and infinite knowledge to go search for this shit too, so he's probably found it as well. Fuck. So I mean, I give, on one hand, I give kudos to the author in that he realized that
Yeah,
something
right.
like a hidden cache of knowledge would likely be found by a king with infinite resources and infinite ways to search for that knowledge.
But Sneaky, did you consider the following? What if he was black? And didn't think.
I think they made him black in the movie.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but I don't care. He's evil. It's just the same thing.
But anyway, the problem there is that they constantly were telling stories about greater and greater things that he did as the books progressed to build up his threat, because as Aragon got stronger, obviously they had to tell some tale that made Galbatorix still stronger than Aragon, because obviously if the hero by book 2 of 4 is stronger than the Mad King that's going to be the great villain by the end of the series, then the suspense of the series kind of loses its suspense. But because the author kept having to increase Aragon's power to fight the king, and they kept having to increase the king's power because it wasn't the end of the series yet, it quickly became to the point where Galbatorix was literally unstoppable, could not be beat at all. Nothing Aragon could do could actually beat him, and the only reason he won was because he literally coined the new word friendship in a language that speaks in absolutes, and then taught Galbatorix the absolute word of friendship, which made him realize that he was a bad person, so he killed himself.
Oh, yes, the zero.
Wait, is that
The-
actually
the Sith
like,
language.
Is that actually the word friendship?
It's somewhat, it's like empathy or friendship or some shit like that. Yeah.
Basically,
okay.
he made Galbatorix realize he was the bad person,
Okay, well, no,
and
here's
he
the
went.
thing. If you teach
Uh.
him the concept of friendship, it's like, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my army. That general's been my best friend for the last 30 years. I'll be right back. Whereas if it was empathy, yeah, I could see a mental breakdown.
Every day, dude. Every day.
But
If it was friendship, though, that would have made the fight even harder for him.
But it's just one of those things that
but
it's just,
you
it's
get my
immensely
point though,
annoying
right?
because it's
Yeah.
just a poorly done version of what happened when the Joker went temporarily sane. Like,
Yeah. Basically.
because that whole
Yeah.
thing was, I stole ultimate cosmic power. I tricked someone into giving me ultimate cosmic power. The Joker's messing around for a while. Batman's coming super close to beating him, or he makes the Joker think that. And Joker's like, why? Why am I still losing to you? And Batman's like, well,
Fuck
because
you.
you're insane and you want to lose. And then
Because you're
Joker's like,
black. I don't care.
and Joker's like, aha, then I'll make myself sane and I won't lose. He makes himself sane and goes, oh, I'm a terrible person. I don't want to know this. Sets everything back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it was done much, much better than that because I'm compressing like an entire series into a 10-sentence rant.
Very nice.
Well done. But yeah, as far as preventing it in your story personally, as Max said, you can put a cap on it, and then with the knowledge of that, write your character building up towards that cap to eventually beat the big bad. As Orn said, you could just not have supernatural shit in your story.
Just don't do it, dude.
Yeah.
You fucking Brazilian
Or,
weak
you
ass
know,
bitch.
if you
Yeah.
want to have it be like a Ruby story, where
Fuck you. Fuck you. Just fuck you in general.
Yes, but or it's more of a story. I use Ruby an example because we still don't know to this day whether aura can be increased or not, or if you just have this is the aura you have and that's it forever. and you can just get better at using it. You can't actually ever get more it.
Yeah, that's an answer that people have been fiending for some time now. I don't think they've ever touched on
I
yet.
don't think they'll ever
Nope,
answer
nope.
that question either, because that would actually poke a lot of holes into some of the shit they pulled.
Oh, most certainly.
Mm-hmm.
But so for example, for Ruby, we're gonna use Ruby as an example again because they're very flawed and it's very easy to use them as an example. But-
fuck.
In this example of Ruby and the permanent power cap, you're born with what you have and you'll have that forever, and you can't get any more power ever. You can just get better at using what you have. You need to make cleverer characters. Since they can't get stronger, you just have to make them cleverer. You have to make them either get better at working with people, they either start using more and more traps, or they really munchkin the system of what they have, a la Harry Dresden.
Yeah, that's basically take the JoJo route
Well-
of like this character's super weak. Oh, but they're really clever.
Well, no, that's
Big
one of the things
brain.
I wanted to say. Just real quick about Harry Dresden. They do show him getting stronger, right?
Right.
No.
I know, but he's a very munchkin-y lad.
Oh, yes, unquestionably. He munchkins the hell out of things.
But
Kinda don't
it's-
care.
Yes, and we know you don't care. But power creep really only comes up when you are too focused on just making an instant villain, I guess you could call it. Guy shows up, he's just stronger than everyone, and so therefore he's immediately a threat because he wants to do some insert evil thing here. And because he's just stronger than everyone, he beats up everyone, and now they have to get stronger than him to beat him up to prevent evil thing. And when your format is that, you can't prevent power creep, because the next bad guy that shows up always has to be stronger, and the hero squad always has to get stronger than him to beat him up.
Bro,
Yeah.
you got the whole crew fucking yawning out there.
Potatoes brings up a point, by the way, that
Niggas
he's
out there
got
falling
right,
asleep.
the problem isn't hitting the hard limit. The problem is that your characters will only ever be as clever as you are.
That
Or
is
they'll
also
only ever
true.
be-
Yes,
They'll only ever be as clever as whoever you're basing them off of. Like
Yeah.
Who the fuck made me?
Holmes-
Come on, dude.
Sherlock
That's
Holmes
racist.
the two people that
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes is actually based off of were pretty much geniuses in their time that saw the little things that people ignored. The man who wrote the books, Conan Doyle, he himself wasn't that clever, but he got to work with the people who were.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can only that goes the same for a lot of things. Your characters will only be as clever as you either have examples of, or you yourself are. You will only have as good of humor in your story as you yourself are humorous. If you don't know what humor is, as many people have seen in these fan fictions, where the story is listed as humor, and then it's just the entire chapter is just, were we supposed to laugh here?
Was any of
Authors
this
have no
funny?
humor. That is
Was that
factual.
supposed to be the
Yeah.
joke?
Not one
Um,
author has ever been funny.
Yeah. Well, and so you can only be as smart, funny, clever as you are smart, funny, and clever, and your characters can only be that limit as well. Sometimes
we
you
all
can
know.
get people to help you, or you can be
Fuck
like,
you.
"Hey," or you can do what I did to Max, and I was like, "Hey, Max, what would you do in
Fuck
X
you.
scenario?" And he'd be like, "Thing." I'd be like, "Cool. Now I know what to do here." But
Writing with someone is quite interesting, especially if you both just sit there and roleplay characters and dialogue.
Indeed. It's
Mhm.
definitely a way to get good dialogue because it's literally dialogue.
It's organic. It's much
It-
more organic in
It's
nature.
it's literally dialogue, and you're just
It's almost
writing
like
it down.
It was dialogue. Good thought.
Yeah.
dialogue exists.
Turns out when you know how to talk to someone, you can make dialogue by pretending like you're talking with someone, which is again
I've
another
never talked to
reason
anyone
why
in my
so
life.
many fan fictions are just terrible in terms of dialogue, because the authors likely don't talk to anyone besides their bed pillow.
Yes, I love talking to my pillow. Pillow is like, ah yes, fuck me harder.
Or like Disney did with Aladdin, where they said, "Hey, Robin Williams, just do whatever you want, and we animate it." Yes, I don't think Pedro has that sort of budget though, so that's
Pedro has
not
no budget,
exactly
especially
an
he's poor
applicable.
as fuck. Pedro lives in a
Maybe.
fucking favela.
Maybe not. But if he goes and asks the right voice actors, he might get like a pity video.
Look,
Indeed.
we all know Pedro just lives in a jungle out somewhere, like a mud hut.
Now, Nexus, of course, in true Moth style, recommends that you have a Deus Ex Machina that makes the bad guy vulnerable.
Look,
And
I'm gonna be real with you guys. Just Nexus, you're kind of retarded, dude.
yeah,
Just like, fuck you, honestly.
literally recommends the second worst trope ever possible to prevent the first worst trope.
Look, not gonna lie, dude. Nexus, I know you're retarded. We all know it, dude. It's just like, come on, stop being retarded.
Like, look, if you're going to do that, like, at least when Lord of the Rings did it, Lord of the Rings had a very good reason for what it was. What was it in Lord of the Rings? It was the ring. Why could you not kill Sauron? Because he made himself a lich. He
Because
made a
he's stupid.
phylactery. So you have
Sauron
to
is
break
the
the
path.
phylactery.
East American.
You know what? We send Arn a body pillow.
Yeah,
We
please
should
do.
send him. We'll send him the sneaky body pillow.
Do
I
it,
just
dude.
said.
Please. Do it. I would accept that 100%, dude. That would be fucking epic. Not gonna lie.
And then his parents would come into his room and be like, Arnie boy, why do you have a body pillow of another man?
I'd be like,
And then you go, Mom, I'm
yes.
trans.
Yes. Mom, please, I do enjoy the pee-pee. Yes. In the poo-poo. And give me the dick. I'd be like, no.
I don't think you should be asking your mom for the dick. I feel like that would make the situation pretty awkward.
I
Yeah,
would not recommend
already is.
that.
I'm really glad I'm fucking home alone tonight, honestly. My dad is look right. My dad decided to go on a fucking camping trip out in the woods somewhere. And I'm just like, alright, cool, sounds good. I'm not gonna join you because I don't care. I don't wanna be in the woods because I have a podcast to be on. He's like, alright, I'm gonna go
I
out in
have
the woods with a
shit
fucking
posts to
hammock.
make.
Yeah,
Can't be in
genuinely.
the forest.
This is not even a joke, dude. This is 100% legit. He's out in the woods somewhere. I have no idea where he is. He's just sleeping in a hammock. I'm just like here, trying to be funny, but I'm not.
All right, well, I hope that answered your question as best as we could, Pedro. I mean, power creep really comes down to the author's ability to deal with it.
Yeah, and we know Brazilians, we have no ability to deal with anything. Because you have ability to deal with the fucking crime rate, dude.
An
Like,
antagonist
come
who has
on.
the protection of the government and popularity would mean that targeting him would have the entire world against you or something.
Look, Nexus, alright, I'm trying to say something, but just stop, alright? Because
Okay,
we know
but
you're Nexus,
Nexus, the
and you're
problem
fucking
is
from the Philippines.
Pinoy doesn't know how to make stories.
Exactly.
No, Nexus, the problem is if the antagonist is somehow supported by both the government and the public. Because being supported by the government doesn't mean you're a good person, and it usually means you can get the public on your side against them. Because the public has a tendency to dislike the government.
Also,
at least in
the
America.
public is stupid. See
Fuck the government.
Machiavelli.
Yes, Machiavelli, yeah, pretty much.
Fuck the government, Heil Hitler.
But, you know, having them be loved by the public and the government would make for actually a fairly boring non-crime drama story, basically. Like, that's like almost the only genre you could get away with writing the antagonist being some sort of well-loved figure, and then you have to, you know, suspense crime drama where you have to figure out, like, the clues along the way to realize that he's actually the serial killer. Ted Cruz was the Zodiac killer all along, and then you have to release that information out there to make everyone realize the same. And, you know, I'm just saying, you know, consider it. But, no, in a more serious fashion, it for an action story, that doesn't make much sense. If your story is about two guys fighting, but then you focus the entire season on them not fighting because that would be bad for the heroes because then they wouldn't be heroes anymore. And instead they're sneaking around and information gathering so they can then reveal that the good guy is actually the bad guy, so then they can beat him up. That would make for the most boring Dragon Ball series ever.
Dragon Ball is kind of boring, not gonna lie.
I mean, yes, it is, but I'm just saying,
mean,
you know.
Look, I would know. I have the whole fucking entire series on like physical copies, the manga, and it's genuinely boring as fuck. It's not a good series, honestly.
Yeah, it's just
It's like, fuck you.
it's not good. She's not good, my dude. She's not good. Black Clover. God, fuck Black Clover. I know so many people like that show, and I'm just like, oh, fucking, I hate it so much. It's a more boring version of Index, and that is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, how the fuck they manage to do that, honestly?
Yeah, I want to be the Magic King. Well, what magic can you cast? Oh, I'm actually the only magicless person in the world, except my ability is that I can swing a sword and cut magic. Or some shit.
I tried to watch Index. I got like 2 episodes.
Oh, my Index is so fucking boring.
It's garbage. Just
so
like garbage,
boring.
honestly.
Literally every episode of
Index. You just have to watch Index long enough to understand who Railgun is, and then you can go, okay, now I can go watch Railgun.
Yeah.
Look, I watched 3 episodes, and fuck you.
Every episode of Index is literally just the main character and the antagonist of the episode scream at each other for 20 minutes, and then in the last minute, the main character punches the antagonist, and then he wins. That is literally every episode. And it is the most boring shit in existence.
It's like Dragon Ball Wars.
But yeah, so
Mm.
yeah, that's the most advice I can give. I think I pretty much covered every single angle.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm
if you didn't cover an angle, just fuck you, Pedro. You Brazilian piece of shit.
yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll
honestly.
see you all next Tuesday.
I don't know, man.
Because
Problem.
yeah, 7 p.m. next Tuesday. Nothing should be happening then. Because, of course, as always, there is always more, and it always gets worse.